Yo guys, welcome to LMU. This is Jay, and I'm finally playing this simulator. Obviously, I have been into MS2 a lot more. I'm finally coming to this simulator, and I gotta tell you, it is absolutely sweet. It's really good. I'm enjoying the driving. The AI, I have to say, in certain corners they're not very quick, as you'll see. I do make some mistakes in this video. I do have some incidents because I just weren't expecting the AI to do certain things. But yeah, they do slow down a lot in certain corners and don't take them as quick as they should do. Obviously the weather it's a wet race, and yeah, they are driving a lot slower than they were. I've set it to about 97, I think it was, on the AI difficulty. So it's not easy, it's not the best, you know, but I'm new to the simulator, and just getting used to the systems, getting used to how it drives. I've not been online yet, but obviously this is my first time racing this sim, so I thought I'd try it against the AI before I murder anybody in the real world online. So yeah, flying into the bus stop chicane, and obviously the AI crash, and I just weren't expecting it. Really whacked him there, so my front end's knackered, got some damage, but we continue. So yeah, as you can see, they're taking a different line into turn 1, La Source, and it's obviously because of the rain, but one thing I did notice in the simulator, the rain doesn't really affect you on the road, you know, like if you're driving through puddles and stuff, it just feels normal. It doesn't feel as if it's wet. I don't know, maybe that is yet to be updated, but I only bought this recently, well, just prior to the June 10 release of the update, the new update, so about 2 days or something before it, so yeah, I'm very green, I'm a rookie to this simulator, so obviously a lot of the systems I'm still learning, whether it's pit stops and using the multifunction display and setting up your virtual fuel, and you know, there's a lot to take in, and you know, I don't watch WEC as much as I should do, so these things I'm, you know, kind of new to. I've got an idea of them, but like playing the simulator, it's a different thing, especially when you're racing and you've got to make your changes, you know, make your ABS, traction control changes, etc., and then your pit stop changes, and yeah, I did have some moments where I was just kind of had too many things to do racing, trying to stay out of the walls, you know, stay out of the cars ahead, and trying to make adjustments, so you know, it was taxing. But yeah, there's another quirk with the AI. Every time at that bus stop chicane, so obviously that slow down with the AI there. I was ready to go, but it always interferes for me. You know, massively slowed me down. So clearly there are things that need updating and working on, but for now, this simulator is awesome. I've got to say, it looks good. The display, the font of the writing, all of it looks really professional and nice. So I'm a big convert, I guess, to LMU now. I think in the future I will definitely jump online and have a race or two. And I've heard the horror stories that and seen some of the videos of people racing online and getting wiped out by other people. I'm just hoping the driving standards do improve, but you know, I'm not crossing my fingers. I know that this is sim racing and there are always those people that dive without fault at the first corner on the first lap every single time, just, you know, thinking they're gonna win, you know. It's crazy, but you gotta expect it as a sim racer, aren't you? So I'm really doing quite well in this race. I've cleared all the cars ahead of me except two, and we've got some nice clear road, clear track, so we can actually see just gotta maintain good traction, good braking, and at this stage I'm doing okay. I think I'll just let you chill out and listen to the actual racing now for a moment. So in regards to the setup that I've used, I've not actually messed around with it too much. I've used the Coach Dave setup and then I've made a few tweaks with that for my driving. The car is a little bit on the steering, but I've dialed it out as much as I can and be comfortable with it. So it was just a sort of like just a familiarization with LMU, just getting a race in, seeing how it works, seeing how it feels, seeing how tire wear works and, you know, the fuel. BMW feels great. Love the detailing, the windscreen, the water, the rooster tail of rain, or spray I should say. Absolutely beautiful. Now if they can just get the rain, the track more dynamic in wet weather, it will increase the realism really. It's like the curbs as well. I should not be really able to touch them curbs in the wet, but I'm all over them. Great fun anyway. It's kind of blending the throttle through some corners. Trying to make sure that I don't over rev. To drive the car. Limit that slip angle. Heavily relying on the TC. I think I've got 5.5 on the TC and 11 on the traction control put setting, something like that. So finally caught up to YouTube. Just to clearly see him now. See them both actually, so it's actually good to have them inside. Steering now. So it's all a learning process with it being my first race. I'm just obviously learning how the tires wear, how it will understeer and such. And it's all going up in the memory bank of how LMU drives, how it feels, and yeah, you've just got to do this as, you know, learn a new sim. This is what happens. You learn the nuances, learn how it drives, and you make adjustments, and you get there. Well, that's the plan anyway, that's the theory. It never always goes that way. Make a little mistake on the braking, but keep it tight, make sure we don't loop it, and we just maintain our position on track without losing it and sliding anywhere. So that's good. Down into the source, gently on the throttle. Man, it looks incredible. Flying up over roofs, seeing all that spray ahead of you. It is really good, this game. I can't say it enough. I'm so impressed. I, for one, like the new tyre model. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of sim racers are complaining about it, but you know, it is a little bit of a knife edge. You know, if you do slide, you know, you will spill out. You do usually spin out. It's hard to control the slides, but for me, I think it's good. I think it's quite good. I think they do need to tone it down slightly, you know, like the sliding, you know, like if you lose it, or when you slide, you always tend to lose it. They need to tone it down a bit, you know, like, I think AMS2 has a nice balance where you slide and you can control the slide and keep it under control. So, they just need to lean slightly towards that, I think. But, for me, the time model feels fine, it feels good. You know? The ABS is very, very different to MS2 and it feels good actually. You know, where if you set it lower it will oversteer and you've got that risk of under-braking basically. So if you brake too harshly, too late, you might well loop it if you got it too low on the ABS side of things. But I think that's good. It's the way it's meant to be. That's I think that's realistic. That's reality. Obviously, I've never driven one of these. None of us have, unless we're somebody like a James Baldwin or Daniel Morad. But in my mind, this is how it probably is. Out of that move. Wise to it's gonna go regardless of where I was gonna go, So through the corners, Roda is clearly, it's quite slow and he's making mistakes here, so it's giving me the opportunity through no name. But the inside line. Nice little battle here. He's very slow through here, so stay with him side by side, and eventually he has to back out of it. Second place. Less than 1 second behind. was close. We managed to keep it behind. Dropping him behind, and I'm going as fast as I can down here. Nice mistake. So as you can see, I'm messing around with the MFD, and that's because I'm kind of mentally distracted. I'm trying to mess around with, well, I'm trying to set up my pit stop basically, and I don't know, I was just kind of like, I couldn't do it. Too much to think about, drive and do that. I think in real life I can multitask in the truck. I'm not messing about with like MFDs and stuff, but there is a truck computer in my truck that you can make adjustments to while you're driving, and I can do that no problem in reality, but in sim I always find it harder. I mean, obviously it's racing, so I'm not racing in a truck, but you are still driving, you're taking corners, you're not obviously doing it dangerously, but there are times where your focus is not on the road as a truck driver and you are making adjustments like I'm making. But I find it much harder in sim. I can do it in reality, but in sim it's like my focus just wanes and I'm messing about. I'm trying actually to save fuel, and I can't remember. I don't know if you can on, you know, like make it lean. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm making adjustments in my controls, and I'm just losing my focus. Need to get it back. Need to focus on the driving, but it's kind of hard. Weather doesn't help, does it? It looks amazing. Wet weather. It was my first wet race in LMU, so got to bear that in mind as well. Wet weather tyres again, but to be honest, I might have not needed to change the tyres in hindsight, but yeah, we'll get to that bridge when we get to the pit stops. Like I said, I'm just kind of like bombarded in this race mentally. There's so much stimulation. Obviously, you're driving in the weather, wet weather like this at Spa. You're racing, you got pressure from behind, and you're trying to make adjustments. And them adjustments are just not working because I'm not noticing that there's a lap counter ahead in the top right hand corner, and I didn't realise that there's what, 22 laps, 23 laps, and that's always adjusting obviously due to your fuel load decreasing, but in real time. But in in the heat of the moment, I just wasn't noticing that I had that much laps left. So the calculation of me working out, oh, my fuel load's at 8.3 laps left in this stint, and then how much to refuel, that was just kind of like it was so hard to think. I was just, oh my god, driving and calculating at the same time. I'm impressed by them guys, like people like Jadier who just do it on the fly. Esports simulator, esport sim racers, I should say, who just do this like it's nothing. That's off to you guys, man. I'm pushing, absolutely trying to catch Ben Barker ahead. Surprising the Fords are up front on this track. There I am, losing the rear end a little bit on the braking. Yeah, on the steering as well. With no problems, just maintaining that speed, trying to catch him. As you can see, I'm just driving a little bit poor, just distracted, my focus is not there. See the brake bias as we go. Made a mistake there. So the pressure's getting to him. What I like to see when AI simulate like making mistakes is pretty cool. And it looks authentic as well. This face is flying. First big mistake on the braking. I lose the rear. Yeah. Managed to join without causing any issues. We're right in the thick of it against Rhoda again. So keep it tight, hit that apex. These cars twitching on the braking. I love it. Nowhere to go there. Have to back out of it. But I'm close enough to make a move if I can stick with it. Inside. Come on. Massive trouble there. Contact into the bus stop. Chicane. What was he thinking? So I've damaged both the rear and the front. Perfect. But luckily I'm still going, no damage to the rear wing, so that's good. Would have been finished, I think, if that broke. So for now I can just about handle this damage. Before we get to the pit stops I can just keep going and make sure I get to that point. So they've made the pit stops now. Road Castellacci, or Castellacci. Don't know how you pronounce that, but I think that the leader might. I'm the leader actually, but the yeah, Ben Barker clearly has made his pit stop as well. So. Seems to be raining harder now. Stop the steering slightly for too long. So, again, trying to make adjustments and drive at the same time. I'm terrible. But yeah, I'm trying to set up pit stop, and as you can see, it's distracting me. Way too much fuel. Clearly, the AI is elected to hit early, or like midway, or just over midway in this race, and I'm unfamiliar with pit stops in LMU clearly, so I've not really had a good strategy. So we'll just jump forward to our pit stop time now, and I've made my adjustments as much as I could. So we're on the lap now, obviously. First time pitting in LMU. This should be fun. Beautiful. Smash the wall. Car's beat up as it is. Why not add some more damage? So at this point, I was realizing I didn't need to change the tires, and I'd made a mistake. I was trying to see if I could cancel that tire change, but I'm not familiar with LMU, so I just wasn't able to do anything now. Still had too much fuel. I should have put it down to maybe 9 laps worth of fuel, to be honest, or even 8. I think I would have got through easily with 8, but yeah. Embarrassing. Oh my gosh. So I've left the pits, everything's cold, the brakes are cold, and I'm just not aware of that. Still learning LMU, so yeah. I should have thought about my brakes. But yeah, luckily nothing was coming, so I managed to rejoin and we go about chasing them. Not my finest bit of sim racing, that, but it's all a lesson. So yeah, if I was to give a verdict on LMU, I would say absolutely fantastic driving experience. It feels fantastic in your hands, force feedback. Even the detail on the braking, if you lock up, if you know the noises when you hear the brakes, when when you're braking too firmly and you hear that squeal of the brakes pads, it's good. It's really good, well detailed, excellent driving experience, and the cars and tracks look great. The detailing of the models, just small touches, the environment, the weather, looks great. Absolutely looks great. I know it's got its teething problems with online, but they have been putting out the patches, and it's, for me, well, I've not been online yet, but when it does come, when it does happen, I think, well, I'm hoping it will be okay. I'm hoping anyway. But since they've rolled out the patches, I've not had any further problems with it offline. There's no slowdown, there's no stuttering, and I'm using a fairly old CPU, Ryzen 5 5600G. I'm using a decent graphics card with it, the Radeon RX 77 XT, but yeah, for me it's performing well now. So yeah, I'd say the only thing obviously they need to work on is the AI, the career mode, of course, which they've said they're going to be doing with the career mode, and I'll definitely like to see them make the track more dynamic in the rain, because you know I'm driving over wet patches and puddles and it's not affecting the car. It feels like I'm on the dry. So yeah, things like that. But look at it, visually it just looks amazing. It looks real. Like, this is what I expect to see. This is what you see in reality. It's just really excellent. We are definitely in a golden period for sim racing right now. I mean, they all just keep getting better. I think the competition clearly is helping to that, and it's lending to that, because you know, if it's not MS2, it's ACC, you know, it's Evo. If it's not that, it's LMU. They're all upping the game, and for me, it's beautiful. It's good to see. It's for all of us sim racers, it's excellent to see. And I'm really looking forward to LMU getting better in the future, which is, you know, clearly it's going to be coming, it's going to happen. I'm looking forward to AC Evo improving and obviously looking its launch life and online racing. And then I've got to tell you, I'm going to look, I am going to be looking to buy. Oh, beautiful. Didn't expect him to break that much into a source, but anyway. Yeah, so I'm looking forward also to NASCAR 25. I'm really hoping they make it a proper sim in the vein of NASCAR 2003. I just hope it's that level, you know, so that we can finally put NR 2003 not to bed completely, but you know, like, we've got a substitute for that, which is equally as good, and with modern graphics obviously as well. Look at that, that's a nice clean overtake. Yeah, so, and then there's a Project Motor Racing as well, that's coming too, and that's got a dedicated career mode, which looks, on the surface and on the videos they've released, it looks pretty good. I just hope they deliver, you know. Everybody hopes that, obviously, but you know, we have been burnt a few times by Ian Bell, so we're all hoping for a good quality, proper simulation racing game, and career mode as well. That's just the icing on top. That's just what we used to, that's what we were used to be honest, in the past, in like what, 2006, early 2000s, when, you know, GTR2 was out, GTR and such. So if they can nail that and add or teach new sim racers and sim racers who have been doing it for years, teach us how to sort of like drive and race and stuff. If they add that element into it as well, I think that will be a good thing too. I'd love to see that in the sims that we have in the future, in future updates. So yeah, so we're coming down to the final lap of this race, I think, and just about keeping it on track. Looks like I'm going to be settling with a podium. I messed up my pit stop. That's, you know, my bad, my strategy calls, just complete disaster. You know, learning process, it is what it is. I'll let you listen to the actual racing for now. Hope you've enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching it, and take care. Peace.